Hello, welcome to the Courage to Rise show. My name is Katie Cianci. I'm the host, and we have as our guest Karine Allouche Salanon. Beautiful name. And Karine is the founder of Healthy Lifers, which is a home for vitality and wellness seekers. And Healthy Lifers, guides individuals from all walks of life, from all ages and continents, and for those people who really want to experience personal vibrancy and embrace and enjoy their energy building journey. So welcome. We're going to talk today about vibrant health and living a vibrant life. And so I'm so excited to have Karine here from Costa Rica.
Yes, exactly. We're going to run one of our retreat very soon. So I'm here already. And I'm very grateful and happy to be with you today.
Oh, well, I am grateful as well. Thank you for joining us. You have so much to share with us, and we're so grateful for your generosity. So feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself. And because from what I understand, when we talked a little earlier, you'd mentioned that you had been in an executive level type position, and now you're in this health and wellness world. And I think you're muted a little bit at this point. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So I think people would love to hear how you transitioned.
Yes, of course. So as you shared, I'm a former CEO of a 200 people company. I also was an executive at Oracle and Microsoft, managing, billion-dollar business. And actually this is because I was in those roles and having a family, having 2 kids, that I got closer to health and wellness. Being able to be a good CEO, a good wife, a good mom really required, for me to find ways to stay sane, but really cultivate one of the most important resource we have, which is our energy. And that's how I've been, looking around, searching, scouting for all possible ways, and found some, great foundations for health around nutrition, movement, and mindset. And about a year ago, my mother, who's coming every year, visiting us, arrived from France and came with a diagnostic that she was pre-diabetic. And I could not believe it, because she's been one of the role models that I've had for healthy living. She created the first organic shop south of France 45 years ago. And I've said, okay, no, it's not happening to you. And I said, whatever I learned, I'm going to share it with you. And she followed what I asked her to. I also called in my friend who is a functional medicine MD. And I said, whatever I'm doing to my mom in that list, tell me if anything is wrong here. And then 9 months after, my mom lost 36 pounds. She's now walking every day, running after my kids in the park. And it all started there, because my friends saw my mom and they said, whatever you gave to your mom, give it to me. And we started a group, and we're 6 of us, and now we're over 230 community member in the Healthy Lifers group.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. And your mom is better. She's feeling great and vibrant and active. And
so she's vibrant, like she's active. She has she's no more pre-diabetic. She has no cholesterol. She's like really able to play with her grandchildren, which I think for the longest time she could not even walk more than 30 minutes without, feeling exhausted. So now she's really living. This is what it is. It's about living your life fully. And that's I always wanted for myself, and I wanted for my loved ones, and I want to share it to as many people as I can.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing. That's it. Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people want, and they want to feel more energy. They want to feel vibrant. They want to be healthy. And I'm just going to share this because I have my coffee right here, my Starbucks coffee here in the US. And I think it's other places now too. But that's what we do to get our energy. And there's so many other ways to get energy. and a lot of
Yes.
us aren't aware of it. So, what are some things that people can use for that healthy energy instead of
The
coffee? Or is coffee okay?
yeah.
That's, the
So the
question.
first things first is like everyone has access to vibrant health within themselves,
Mm.
because everything that connects to energy and joy is something we have control over. And it all starts by first even envisioning ourselves in vibrant health. How do we look like? How do we feel? Who are the people around us? And to be able to transform to vibrant health, if you're not in a vibrant health right now, whether it's anxiety or you have to take sleeping pills or you put some weight because you've been working too much, not taking care of yourself, being able to find within you where you really want to go and why you want to do that is so important. And so just even the example of my mom, initially she said, yeah, I will do whatever you tell me to do because I want those hives out of my body. I'm like, yes, but okay, that's just one step. What will get you to have sustainable health? And she said, oh, I really want it because I want to be able to then be here and with you guys, and then I want to be here with my grandchildren. I want to run with them. So the moment you can actually connect to your inner reasons, then you're not pushing and grinding your teeth into finding health and wellness and vitality for yourself. You're actually pulling in the whys and the motivation that are going to get you there. And so that's the first piece that I want to share is this is within you and you have the power within you. Sometimes we have difficulties reconnecting to it, but there are like few exercise and ways to get there. And then it's all about 3 key pillars in life that you can control. It's around nutrition, movement, and mindset. And so I will go to your first question, the first pillar, which is about nutrition. Is coffee good or not good? Or people will say, is fat good? Or is paleo good? Or is flexitarian good? Or is intermittent fasting good? So the good news is what I call bio-individuality. We're all different and we are born with it. So we are born to know when we're hungry. We are born to know when we're satiated. We are born with our body knowing what we need to eat and what it needs. The bad news, if I can say that this way, is that we have been compromised with it. Whether it is being tricked by sugar that then create bacteria in our guts and is asking us, more sugar even though it doesn't need it, or whether it is what is being added to processed food that has been designed by the industry to really get us to be more, it's almost like becoming addict to whatever product they're putting in there. And so reconnecting to intuitive eating is essential. And what would work for you might not work for me. And so being able to listen to our body and hear the subtle messages that it's telling us, like you probably have had one of those, dinners or lunch where after that lunch, you're super tired and you want to take a nap. Mm-hmm. That's actually your body telling you something about what you've been putting in your body. Yeah. And so those messages, we tend to ignore them because whatever culture our parents, like my parents, we had to eat bread and butter and jam every morning. And that was what the body needed in the morning. And it is not really what it needs. Or just with the environment and what we have around us. So reconnecting to you and to those subtle messages is possible. And that's why you see cleans happening. That's why we have something that we call the vitality reset, where we actually focused on first remove the toxins and everything that is in your body and compromising that connection in between your body and intuitively eating and knowing what it wants. And then we restore with fueling all good nutrients and just recharging you so that you can finally get back in your body in nutrition. So this is what I would share. And of course, coffee, gluten, dairy, there are other things that are known as inflammatory for ourselves. And so there are a lot of those, which, for instance, as part of the reset, are things we take off. But when we work on reintegration, we really see how. So for him, it's not going to be something that is not serving him the same way as it is not serving me. It's actually going to be okay with him, but not for me. So knowing that for ourselves is so important.
Yeah. So if someone's going to make a change like that, that's a big change. Let's say somebody's a regular coffee drinker, or they eat a certain meal every morning, and then how do they transition? Mindset is a big piece of it, I imagine. Like when you were saying first, it's like getting to know your reasoning for it, and then the next step, like how does someone change their eating habits?
Yeah, the mindset is a key element, as you said, and I would say there are few key mindset shifts that are important for it to happen. The first one is around understanding that self-care is actually an act of generosity.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember about a year ago, a friend of mine said, "Yeah, I cannot do this. It's going to take me more time. I have the kids to take care of, or I have this meeting to go to." And then I just asked her like two simple questions, saying, "So who right now is being impacted by you being nervous, anxious, aggressive because of you being exhausted?"
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, "Okay," and who would actually benefit from you centered, calm? And then I think it was a haha moment for her, where she said, "Oh, actually, it's even more courageous for me to take care of myself, take the necessary step to be able to be the person that is going to have a positive impact around me, that is going to be being the right boss, taking the right decision, talking the right way to your employees, to your families." And so this first concept is so important, because then the whole concept about your wellness is around how do you serve yourself better? How do you make yourself better? And so the coffee, like if you realize that the coffee is not serving you and other things will, then you have another way actually to connect to your body. Like I'm looking at my food and saying, is it going to be serving me or is it not? And not just me, Karine, like, is it going to serve my body? Because I take care of my body like if it was a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the whole my whole philosophy around one of the key mindset, to take care of ourselves and accepting those changes for ourselves. It's not like anyone is telling us it's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, what do we want for ourselves and how do we want to feel, and then taking care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really the first key point. And the second key mindset I'll share is to talk to ourselves the way we talk to a friend. We are so much nicer to a friend than we are with ourselves. We have so much more compassion. Like we are celebrating progress and not just the final result. Like we know how to actually take care of others. And so being able to talk to ourselves in that way is one of the key elements to support you in transforming your health and getting back to what vibrant life is for you.
So true. Yeah, I mean, that's so true, because people, I mean, when you start to change your diet, I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm really trying to do well," and then they slip and have something that isn't as healthy for their body, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that?" Or, "Oh, oh well, I'll just let it go." And like, rather than having some grace and compassion and saying, "Okay, so you had this, so then the next meal you can eat healthier, or the next
Yes.
just continue to be gracious, give yourself some grace and compassion."
Yes, and it's all, and that's kind of the third mindset I'm sharing often, which is it's not about perfection.
Yeah.
It is about progress.
Okay.
And it's what you do on the long run, not what you do just now or tomorrow. It's really one of the key important elements, because that's how some people like then even said, "Oh, I didn't do it for 2 days, now I'm going to stop." No, you don't have to. It's like you can just commit to yourself on the long run. The same way you're not expecting your 2 years old to walk the first day he tried to walk, right? Like we are so nice with our 2 years old about anything they do. And we're like in awe with all the progress. And now it's one syllable. It's like, and now it's one word, and now it's two, and then that's almost a sentence. And so we don't give ourselves that same appreciation. And that's really the key focus areas to get to vibrant health and any transformation in life in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, those are so important. I mean, I just think about the other day I had this green juice. It was all cold pressed green juice, and I had it. And the rest of the day, I felt amazing. I felt I had just all this energy. And I used to think I needed to just eat something, you know, whole, and then being able to have this juice that was just, it had 50 different ingredients in it, but it was incredible.
Yes.
I felt amazing the rest of the day. So true, like just noticing in your body, okay, my body responded well to that. Whereas maybe I
your
wouldn't
body,
with something else, you know?
your mood,
Yeah.
Your mood, your level of energy. That's why I'm talking about vibrant health, because it's really about us feeling vibrant. It's not just like how much kilos, or it's you being able to do what you want to do in life with joy and energy.
Yeah, that's so true. So, so one of the things that you mentioned too is movement. So you talked about movement. And so what are some ways that, you know, why is movement so important? I mean, I understand, you know, some people, especially people that might be watching this now, you know, whether it be the first of the year or throughout the year, they're thinking about wanting to lose weight and look healthy and look good, look fit. But there's so much more to that than to movement than just looking good.
Yeah, and I would say, you know, it's like it's now it's almost everywhere. Like I think there have been so many articles on why movement is important, whether it is to get your metabolism going, whether it is because of the endorphin and the hormones that are released that actually helping you with your moods. But what I will start with is a good movement is one you can do. Might sound obvious, but the fact is, like, many people start saying, I'm going to do like this friend. I'm going to go like the first day of January. I'm going to do an hour, and then I'm going to try to go 3 times a week. But of course, like, this is not integrated in their life. This is not something that is sustainable for them, and they have not been finding the way to actually have movement in, you know, like in a regular fashion. And movement can take so many forms. Like, it starts from walking to swimming to your, you know, going somewhere when it's snowing. It's just snowshoeing. Or last time I was talking to one person, I think coach as part of the Healthy Lifers, and she said, yes, right now, like, there is nowhere we can really walk around where I live. It's so cold. She said, but I can go walk in the mall. I'm like, this is it. Go walk in the mall. You know, whatever you can find to help you move, just do it. Something that is accessible, that you can have in your life. But overall, like, there is an ongoing rule. Like, the ongoing rule is I at least move 3 to 4 times a day for 30 to 40 minutes. And that's a great start. And if you want to do more, depending on how you feel, then please do. Like, I used to be a triathlete and train like five times a week. And that's okay too, if you want to. And I would say anybody that is here busy or an executive or high performer, you know, probably is going to add that to their life anyway, because they want performance. But it's also very important to find the way that you find the exercise that don't exhaust you, that is not like getting you not to have a social life that you enjoy. So finding something that makes you feel good, give you the energy, is you know, is the key, is really the key.
Mm-hmm. Do you recommend that people do this in the morning or throughout the day, or does it matter when you move?
Whenever you want and whenever you can integrate that in your life. I think that's really like accessibility for me is number one, because I probably have seen too many people not doing it because they're like, oh, told me to do it in the morning, but really my morning are difficult, so then I'm not doing it. Whatever you can. Like, sometime I remember when I was in California, still, you know, managing my company, you know, sometimes I just didn't have the time in the morning because my European team were waking up, and sometimes didn't have the time in the evening because my Asian team was waking up. So I was, whenever I had like 30 minutes break, I was going to the gym, whenever it was. So finding this opportunity, and then going for it. But the most important, on top of finding when you can do it, is accepting as well that you're going to build up your fitness foundation. It's not something that comes from one day to the other. Like if you're starting really low, start with 10 minutes rule. And then when it feels comfortable, add up 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 5 minutes until you go to 30 minutes. But like anything else, this is something that builds up, and this is on the long run that you're going to build strength in your body and then strength in your mind, because once you know and you're doing 10 minutes easily, and then you get to 30 minutes, like you build a level of confidence in yourself that will get you moving even further and get to new levels.
Yeah. Someone, I think it was one of my trainers that said to me, like, even if you don't feel like going to the gym or working out or going for a run, whatever kind of, or yoga, try for 10 minutes, just go for 10 minutes and see what happens. And every time I've done that, I end up going longer because I start to feel good and I say, wow, I want to keep going. Like, this is good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's why, like, the ability to integrate that in your life is like number one. Like what is going to get you to go for it is like the first most important one.
Yeah, that's so true.
In setting up a routine.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, because I hear a lot of people say, well, I don't have time. I've got all this stuff, and I'm thinking, well, we have like 24 hours in a day, and yes, we need to sleep, and so like, how can you get it throughout your day? Like you said, just integrate it. It doesn't matter when it is, just whenever you have that free time, make it part of your life.
Yeah, and
your schedule.
I remember a friend of mine who said, I'm gonna run a marathon, or it was a half marathon, and she said, you should come and train with me. Yeah. And I'm like, like I already like travel, I have my kids, like my life is full, I have no other place. And then she said it's Saturday morning. I'm like, no, Saturday morning is my kids' time, so there is no way I'm gonna do that. And I remember I had this Friday night where the week was rough at work, and so I was like steaming from everywhere, and I'm like, okay, when are you leaving tomorrow? And so I just joined her like at 9 o'clock, and we did 9 miles. I remember it was my first run, but I needed so much. And the fact that I was with my friend and really combined my catch up with her, which I would have done at another time, with exercising, made the difference. And because I felt so good afterwards, my kids afterwards were so happy. They're like, oh, Mama, you're so relaxed that afternoon. They loved me so much. I'm like, okay, I guess this is gonna be integrated in my life instead of that morning kids time, because my day kids time was so much better. And then I got many of my girlfriends to join, and it became our time to connect during the week. So connecting few different things together can be the way to make that happen in your life.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. It's like I call it a twofer. Like you did two things at once. Right? Why not? That's amazing.
This is the way. This is definitely the way. And now my kids are coming exercise with me. So now it's like a triple thing. So it's also family time now.
Yeah. And then you're the example. You become the example for your children. Say, this is the way to live. This is how, because children mirror their parents and their behaviors.
Yes.
And so what a gift.
They don't listen to what you say. They just see what you do. Really.
So true. So true. And so what would you say are, you mentioned that there's some mindset that you can make for vibrant health. Are there others that you wanted to share? Or do you feel like the ones that you shared were?
No, I think like those three, self-care, an act of generosity, speak to yourself like a friend, and also focus on progress, not perfections, are really three keys. I would say there is one practice overall that comes also from that self-care. that has been life changing, I think, for the community members that really transform themselves. And it is the concept of a pose. So my French accent might not help a lot, but the pose, like
Oh, the
stopping.
pose?
So first, the pose, yes,
Pose, okay.
just pose. And first is giving that break for your body, right? So we do every month, we for 10 days we offer a guided break where you clean up, and that's a way for you then to reconnect, right, with the messages from your body. The second, the second break you can give yourself is also that mindfulness break, that moment where you're really taking time for yourself, you're reflecting, you're not in the moment, you're observing the moment. And the third pose is really taking a break, like going away, take care of yourself. That's why I'm in Costa Rica right now. It's like being taken care of and get rejuvenated. Because one thing I learned really when I was, being an executive, was the more tensed I knew the time would be, because that, like, you have like the end of the year for certain industries, the highest, like you have the big event with all your sales incoming or whatever, like
Yeah.
you're working in the shop, when the time of the years are the most intense. I was planning more break time during those times than ever. So it's counterintuitive, but the more stress, the more pressure there is around you, the more time you need to take for yourself, and you need to plan them in advance. And the deeper you need to go with those times. So if you cannot take like 2 days, but make those 2 days be activities that really counts, whether it's like this yoga retreat or this mindfulness time, or even this course. If you cannot move from your home, like you take one of those ecstatic breathwork course and you do it at home. So it's taking time to rest, but also to heal yourself with what's available around you, like the good food, like the good nature, like whatever you feed your brain with the right speakers. So really the concept of taking a break at so many levels, for your body, for yourself, with mindfulness, is really what I would say is a practice that is making a big difference for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you'll be more productive too. I mean, not only because if you're always on this being stressed out, your body starts to give out, but your mind is not as clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually there have been studies showing that there are specific hormones, right, that get us centered. And the more we actually are, on this anxiety pace, the less our hormones are actually able to get us back to a place of centeredness. So we forget, and our bodies stop being able to calm ourselves. And so being able to go back to that place is critical to stay, sane, but also to be able really to do the things you want to do. Otherwise you can really get, stuck in where you are, and not really knowing why you're not moving. But like, sometimes you just need to stop.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And take the time.
Yeah, stop and take the time. Yes, you do have the time. Stop and take it, because it's important for your mind,
Yes.
body, and your soul to have that
Yes.
holistic healing.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I want, would you mind sharing a little more about your retreat in case people want to join?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. So yeah, we have a retreat now, end of January, and we are planning the next ones. We are almost sold out right now. And the retreat is really about first reconnecting. So it is in beautiful nature. There are islands in the jungle. There are islands that are in the water. So it's actually sucking in this beautiful healing power of nature. But at the same time, we actually bringing as well, you're taking care of from the beginning to the end. So the food is actually a detox food, so that while you regenerate with nature, you also are detoxing and being fed with wonderful local, organic perfect soil, food from here. And then we get people back in movement. So a day looks like we start in the morning with mindset and movement awakening. So we have some Tai Chi or meditative yoga, and then we have our breakfast, and then we go for a hike, and then in the afternoon there is some relaxing activities. We have in the evening some ceremonies that are wonderful healing ceremonies from Costa Rica with sweat lodge, sound healing, cacao ceremonies. And so we're really giving like all the love and care and healing opportunities that are around to really recharge and bringing you back full of energy and joy.
Oh, I love it. Wow, I want to go.
You're welcome. Yes.
Costa Rica. Oh, wow. So is it always in Costa Rica, or do you have other locations?
So we're starting in Costa Rica, but we're planning a location in either spring or autumn time frame around the Mediterranean Sea. So whether it's Greece or Italy, because that's a place I'm from. Yeah. And those are wonderful time to go, and there are amazing healing food and places there too.
Oh, thank you so much. Do you want to share, do you have a free gift that you're sharing with our?
Yes.
I think you mentioned that.
Yes. So what I will share is, it's an ebook that I wrote with Gabrielle, who is an holistic nutritionist. And I'll share the key concept of, the reset in it and the supportive recipes. Wow. Because I'm originally from France, and I do not believe about eating without pleasure. Yes. Eating is all about pleasure. Yes. And so we've developed those recipes that are like gluten-free, sugar-free, processed food-free, dairy-free, but that are delicious. So those are things that are in the book, and we have, I think, about 50 of those recipes. Oh. And I hope then everybody can enjoy them. And also, it's such a great tool when you have people coming over that have restricted diets, or it's like, I'm not sure if you're like me, but like I remember at the beginning when I was changing my lifestyle, I was going for dinner, and like everybody would have this wonderful food, and then because I was not eating gluten or wasn't eating dairy, like I had like steamed vegetables, and I'm like, guys, there are other ways to actually do gluten-free, dairy-free than just steamed vegetables. Like I also can have good food with you, and this was for me something where I didn't feel included at all. And at my work, diversity and including everyone was such a high topic. And I'm like, why are we not even doing that socially with wellness and food? Yeah. And so I call that the inclusive eating. So that's a wonderful resource for you to create inclusive eating at your own table with your friend that have restricted diets or certain, food they cannot eat or allergies.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much. That's so generous. Thank you. I'm
You're
excited.
welcome.
Yes. I mean, everyone has an opportunity, now to shift their and joy. And it's healing with, I think the book is Healing with Food and Joy. Healing with food and joy. Yes. We get to enjoy and have pleasure when we eat. How perfect.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I was very happy to be able to share with you today. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And can they find you on Healthy Lifers, Facebook or online?
Yeah. So healthylifers.org on Instagram and Facebook under Healthy Lifers or Real Healthy Lifers.